I look a little bit more acceptable sometimes. A little bit, kind of, maybe. I don't know. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Cool beans. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna to the hospital. We're gonna go murder some super mutants, hopefully. And we're gonna come up with a topic. Yeah, topic. It's gonna be great. And hopefully, or maybe I can realize that I probably already defeated everyone in this entire place. And wait, let me see. Yeah, I did. God damn it. Okay, also it's heat lightning outside. It's pretty cool. And, yeah. It's pretty awesome. Lightning arts. 0, let's go with pens. 1, it's probably the P or the E. Year. This is 1, it's the E. I think it's the E. Test. 1. Belt. No. It's lockout. Damn it. Alright, Alright. Booty, booty, booty. Yeah, I already came through here, I think.
Don't think I can pick this.
Yep, I did. I already did. I already came through here, and they're all people that are dead. Let's see if we can open this thing though. Oh, let's see here. Let's go with look or ammo. I think it's probably the best one to do because it might be cool. 0, so we'll go with, like this is 1, it's the ear, that's the E, or the A, I think it's the A, maybe feel,
I'm in.
Got it. Open door.
Quick work of that.
Cool. Alright, realized that I just did that for the experience. Alright, and today's live stream is not brought to you by Monster Java, because there's a Starbucks in my neighborhood and it's coming soon, and oh, I need almond milk. All right, getting out of here. What do I think is a good topic of discussion today? Oh man, I realize some shoes make you like 2 inches taller. It's an okay topic, I think. Somewhat. Right. That's weird. I remember this one. Gonna need a long range. Let's see here. Submachine gun, 249. That dude probably got hit a little bit of damage because of it. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that I think about on a daily basis. Got him. 308 rounds. Awesome. He got me. He got me in the face. Awesome. All right. There's a lot of times where I would think that that being tall was a good thing or being like outstanding, but also it made me be extremely recognizable. Sometimes I went to a I went to a school where the majority of people were a different color than me, and for the most part, and I think I finished up at a regular school that had both an even kind of keel of like of white and black, and or beige and darker beige. But yeah, there were a lot of times where I thought the difference of an aid. Nuka cherry. Nuka cherry. Alright, no bullets left for that. Yeah, so I guess I kind of stuck out a little bit because I was a bit of an overachiever sometimes, and kind of finished up at a certain point, and I got 3.8 in my first my first quarter of senior year of high school. The rest of the years I kind of like focused on a lot of my studies, and they gave me a pass somewhat because I broke my leg during junior year, so I just mostly just caught up on most of the stuff that I was doing, and I didn't do a lot of I don't need that pull cue. God damn it. Oh well. I'm used to holding the X button because I played PUBG. Alright, I think we're gonna be okay. There have been a lot of times where I stuck out because I was kind of an overachiever, and I think I stuck out too because I have such a kind of a unique face, I guess. Whenever I shave my face, it's like unique, and the reason why it's unique is because people get on me, I guess, a lot for stupid stuff, I guess. For stuff that I do that's stupid. When I was a young kid, I guess there was enough kids doing stupid stuff, and I was just like, oh man.
Lock's really strong.
It's too difficult. The lock is too difficult. I'm gonna come back to all of these once I'm able to, and just completely and utterly open them all. Let's see, wait, move, because I think there's another way to go up. But yeah, there are a lot of times where I thought I was like sticking out like a sore thumb, so I kind of like felt it to be what's the word? I kind of just realized that people are looking out for me, basically, and they really liked the way that I was, and they thought that I was a good guy, and they kind of wanted to keep it that way. So just so I think that a lot of times whenever I decided to go out on my own, I kind of just wanted to, just try to keep things simple, I guess, or try to keep things just the way that I wanted to, just awesome. Where's he at? All right, aid. There were a lot of times when I thought that I don't know. I wasn't too keen on a lot of things whenever I was younger. Crap. As I got older and more mature, I started to realize what was going on around me, and there were some really stupid things going on around me sometimes. And sometimes I would just like not really put a blind eye to it, but just kind of just step back and try to realize that where I stood in it, and then I realized that it took too much time out of my day to do that, and started realizing that I could evaluate situations pretty easily, and I had a talent for it. But and that's why I got into security afterwards, I guess, or hospitality mostly. I guess that's it, you know. Of course, you don't know what you got until it's gone, you know, because days and nights, all day, all night, because, yeah. Oh, damn it. I think there were a lot of times when I stuck it out when no one else did or tried to. It's really hard to do something when other people were just kind of like not doing that. I tried to go as hard as I could when I was playing football, and a lot of times it didn't add up to people liking me, I guess. Maybe they wanted to like me, so they just like pulled me back and were like, hey, you're really cool, and we like you the way you are. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool, but I kind of want to start. And they're like, no, you're not going to start. You're slow, and you're fat. I was actually pretty fast, but only for my weight class. Like, I was 240 pounds, and I could run a 4.740. So, that was the last time I ran a 40, and I think the time after it I ran a 4.5, but I was kind of heavier. I was like 250 or 260 pounds. So, cool. So I had a talent for playing football, but my heart wasn't in it. I realized that I was just basically making a highlight reel that I'd show people, and people would be like, wow, that's really great, what are you doing now? And I'd be like, nothing, because my leg was broken in high school, that kind of thing. I don't really think that it was done like on purpose or anything like that, but I really don't think that that starting me on my senior year as a receiver was in their plans, though. So just kind of ended up that way, I guess. And but that's how I came out here, and I think that a lot of times, whenever I was going through a lot of different stuff, I started to realize that people aren't going to have my back in the future. You know, like, started to realize that, no, maybe it's kind of the football kind of like the whole thing is kind of messed up, and it's like, it's not messed up, but it's like, it's not my kind of business. You know, I don't really find it like the best that it's ever been in the history of everything, and I think that a lot of times when I used to go around to say like well, not a lot of people are going to have my back in the contract business, and because my dad told me something mostly after I finished. And my dad almost got recruited by the Dallas Cowboys when he was like 28, 29. He was coming out of out of college, and a lot of times I don't think that my dad really was his wholehearted was in it, because if it was, then I guess I'd probably be like the son of a football player or like something like that. But it's cool to have one grandfather that fought in World War II, I guess. It's not really cool, but it's like it's honorable. Got 0 for that one. Awesome. Let's see, hunting rifle, muzzle advanced. I got 30 for that. 522 for the Python pistol. That's why I shot down, because I wanted to kind of mess him up. Yeah, I realized that my dad kind of opted out to have kids and kind of be there for them and be there for us, at least early on. And oh man, my dad kind of got a reputation, I guess. How's it going, viewer? If you want to message me, you can. But yeah, I think my dad got a reputation of not finishing things sometimes, and it's where my mom kind of stepped in and was like, well, you need to, or else we're gonna get a divorce. And they did. So it's like my dad kind of just started doing more things with himself, and I guess it wasn't enough. So like they separated. What's up, Michael Dobbs? Chilling out. But as I realized certain things, I also realized that it kind of didn't matter whether or not I went into football or did things that was related to football. And I had gotten into video games early on when I was a kid, and I think the thing that stopped me from getting back into games was the Ragstag meat. How's it going, Michael Dobbs? If you want to start a conversation with me, you can. Talking about my past and like things that I've realized over the course of my past, and like I realized that my like even if I got through the injury that I did with that took a minute to show up. No, it's like no, I just keep saying it in case you didn't hear me. That's all. I said it twice already. So I'm carrying too much. Awesome. Okay, where's my weight at? Inventory. Junk. Get rid of this blowtorch. Cotton yarn. Desk fan. No, I just said it twice. So I say things 3 and 4 times in case you didn't hear me or anything like that, or in case you're like looking away from your phone or your thing. So just let me know. Chat takes over a minute to pop up. I think it's only because I mean, let's see. I might have to change my settings on my my stuff because okay, cola bottle. I might have to change my settings on my streaming because if it takes over a minute to pop up, then I'm gonna change it to where it'll go faster. In case somebody like wants to like what's the word troll or something like that. I'm not too off of it. I don't really care about it. I mean, if they want to troll me or something like that, or like just try to crash or whatever. They can't crash YouTube's bandwidth though, so I mean, they could try, but I don't know if they make it. So, but yeah, if you want to talk about something in your past that you're like stream time at 25:45. I don't know why that's doing that. I'm gonna have to fix it. But I'd have to set it at a lower speed because like a lower bandwidth. I'd have to put it at a lower bandwidth if I'm gonna make the chat go through because I don't want them to be like slips and mess ups on the game. So I'm throttling the chat right now. Like so the whatchamacallit, the bandwidth on the screen doesn't stop the game from playing. So I'm trying not to whatchamacallit I'm trying not to make it to where like if somebody wants to say something or if somebody like really wants to say something, they can say it. But like I'm not, this isn't for like huge bandwidth of like a whole bunch of people talking. So like you got me for the whole thing. So let's talk, dude. Let's yeah, I know I do. I know. I'm gonna get a better internet and I'm trying to just play video games on it instead of a whole bunch of different stuff that my friends are doing downstairs. Or my yeah. I gotta get business internet and I only have like the economy bandwidth, so or the standard bandwidth. So just looking around trying to find stuff. I think this is the last time I did something. I was trying to kill these raiders, and all right. All right, cool. So we'll have a lot to talk about. But yeah, I started to realize that over a certain amount of time, I would kind of snowball things, I guess, or try to snowball things. And the reason why I would try to snowball things is because okay, let's see what else I have. I bought a pistol, plasma. This one's got 24, so. Yeah, I thought I was throwing a Molotov. Celebration. Let's see. Yeah, I had a not like a bad like upbringing, but like kind of like an uninformed upbringing, I guess. Oh man, I fucked up. So my mom tried to look in books and stuff like that, and to tell us about ourselves and the way that things were happening, and she tried to use as much as she could, and it sucked because my mom's parents, like, they died when she was young. So I mean, it wasn't really like was kind of like a thing basically just happening, and you're kind of just stuck, I guess. And my dad didn't even know his dad, so I mean, or maybe he just says that to me to protect me from something. I don't know. So there's like, no, I don't think he knows his dad, but there are a lot of times when I looked back and I realized that if I had been on a football field that entire time, trying to look at like what actually I made with the things that I was doing, I probably wouldn't be on the cusp of what I'm actually doing right now. I actually have my own website started, and I have a bunch of different stuff that is actually going my way, and a lot of things that I'm actually trying to promote, I guess, as far as things go. My art, a whole bunch of different things. So I got 30 of those. I'm gonna take these fuckers out with this one. But there are a lot of times when I thought that I think my life would be different. But I mean, it's like you kind of take all that with a grain of salt. And all right. Take all that stuff with a grain of salt, because I've been kind of stressed out lately, and that's the reason why I think that I say shit that just like comes out sometimes, and I'm not like too keen on keeping doing that. I kind of just fuck up because sorry for the background noise. There's like a car passing by, and I smoke cigarettes in my room, so but yeah, I don't really know where I'd be if I stayed in football. I probably wouldn't have my legs. Like, I probably, like, because I know that they practice a lot on icing all their joints and not stretching, or stretching a lot and doing a whole bunch of different workouts and overusing everything. And I know my dad's feet are fucking ruined right now, so I don't know where I'd be, basically. God damn it. Just... Yeah, I know. I'm pretty much proud of myself for that. And goddamn it, where'd this dude go? Oh, that's Piper. Alright, I need to go heal. Yeah, I realized that, like, kind of like, this is kind of like it's not, I don't want to call it a blessing, because I'm not actually into blessings. I don't really, like, although I do feel as though I'm lucky, so, but yeah, yeah, it could have. It really could have. I don't,
Blue, we're not alone here.
I realize a lot of things that could have gone wrong, like, immediately, and the stuff that I could have allowed go wrong, and I'm gonna take this later.
What was that? Hey, something's out there. Found him. Not the friend.
awesome. I realized that a lot of times whenever I was actually doing something with my life, I realized that I can do this, and I can draw and paint and sculpt a lot more and many times, and it's about not just about how much you can do or how much you get paid, but it's how I'm actually feel like okay with my profession, basically. Am I doing the right thing? Can I make the most out of it? Do I make the most out of it at all, or am I just going through the motions to be able to get a check, you know? And that's something that I kind of fear, I guess, is going through the motions and getting a check, basically. I know that I'm good at art. I know I'm good at something. But I also know that most of the time, I'm not gonna be like satisfied with just making like ends meet, and I'm never satisfied with that. So, damn it! God dang it! All right, I'm getting another gun. Let's go with the bottle cap mine. Got him. Or it's not a bottle cap mine, maybe. Alright, that was a Molotov cocktail. Okay, let's go with the focused firing institute pistol. No, that is none. 39. Yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much what I'm actually doing. Is there anything you're proud of that you wouldn't normally be proud of? Like, I mean, if you do you realize that like sometimes you're 14 on my shotgun. Let's see if I can actually do it. 529, awesome. I realized that after a while, and started to realize it a little bit more in high school, but then I wouldn't really have a grasp on what it was that I was actually trying to do until about maybe 5 or 6 years later, when I started doing more art, and I started actually saving my art and doing different things. Oh, you son of a bitch! When I actually started sculpting again and doing a lot more stuff with spray paint, and realizing a lot of different things that I could do with spray paint and stencils and a lot of different stuff. So it's like basically like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I started getting back into art and realizing my potential with it and how much I could be doing now if I was still doing stuff back in the day. So I'm just kind of like reinventing myself as far as art goes, and trying to make sure that I can do something that has a lasting effect on my career, and I realized that not everything like dude, you can always find something, man. You can always find something to be proud of. Like, I mean, you know what I think really has changed my outlook on things? It wasn't whenever I started like laughing or being positive about something. That's pretty good. That's like almost an engineering degree, basically. It's pretty good, man. I think that a lot of times, if you were just to like start laughing, I guess, about something, and realizing that this, I mean, shouldn't take stuff too seriously. People are gonna look at you and say that I'm gonna go trade in everything. I'm actually, let's see, wait, hold on. It's inventory. Let's go to apparel. Alright, this sucks. What do I have in this in junk? That is a lot lot of shit. I'm gonna go to a town and trade, seeing as how I can't seem to keep leveling up. I gotta let's go to strength. Oh wait, no, I gotta go to next rank first. Awesome. I'm almost there, and I can't. I gotta. So wait. Awesome. 273, 270, 268. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna go to my map, and we are gonna go see if we can trade somewhere. Diamond City, and go to like the Junker or something like that to see if I can get rid of some of this stuff. So well, that's the point. I mean, there are certain people that can stand that heat. I guess I've done roofs before. I guess, and it's a hell. It's hell of a job. It's like there's no breaks basically. Like even when you're standing there on the roof, getting something, you're still experiencing that terrible, terrible heat that is literally in midday, and the only time you can actually do it because there's enough light. But I think that through that, they've come up with a lot of different ways to be able to do that a lot easier, like putting scaffolding up and a covered scaffolding, or having a piece of hood on the scaffolding or something like that. And it just spit out of my mouth. Awesome.
I'll take it. Sure.
I think there's a lot of times when sounds really, really intense. That's also the reasons why let's go to the boat fly meat glands, blow fly meat, blood bug hibiscus, saw, buff out, burn textbook. I've noticed that a lot of times. People have been. I did a bunch of construction work in Mississippi, and like putting up. Well, people have told me, I guess, they wanted to give me experience and kind of like the drywall, and give me kind of like a first-hand look at stuff. And I fucked up royally sometimes, but I gained experience, and I knew exactly kind of what I was doing at the time, and I did like a whole room of nails, basically. Like there were nails in the wall from all the walls, they were basically gutting out apartments right then, and they were redoing everything for them, and I had to get out the nails because they had to put more nails in eventually, and or maybe take out that scaffolding at all, or that structure at all, and like I had to take out the nails for it. I don't think they were, because they were just redoing everything, But yeah, I took out all the nails, and I wanted getting paid $9 an hour for about, I'd say, like 8 or 9 hours of work. I didn't take many breaks, so there were, but I was inside, and it was mostly nighttime, so. That's awesome, dude. That's really cool. That's something you can actually say you can actually do, and there's a lot of different ways to be able to go about doing that. I mean, there's so many creative and distinct ways you can go about redoing an entire house, or remodeling the entire interior of a place. My mom remodeled the entire interior of her place, and it looks a lot better. She put down like tile flooring, and because of all the carpet was just kind of sopping up every stain we put into it, and see what death flow meat, dirty helmet. There were a lot of times where my mom would take a day basically of just grouting everything, and just like she'd be on her hands and knees, and I'd just be like, "Mom, you need help?" And she'd be like, "Nope, get out of the way." And so like she looked in magazines for every single kind of way, I guess, kind of thing to be able to every single kind of tip or every kind of detail to be able to do that. So that's it's like she basically like she did a really good job. I think the interior of her house looks amazing right now. So this hub flower. I like this. I'm gonna keep that and put it in my house. Ladle. I like the jet because it helps me when things get tough. Are you in for electrical engineering or no? Do you have like a maybe partial degree, I guess, just because of experience or no? Because I had a friend that actually went out for that and realized how much of a hassle it would be, and he just went out for a business management. So, because you have to do like, in order to have an electrical engineering degree, you have to get 2 other minors, I think, like that, to be able to actually work on pretty much anything, I guess. So, oh, okay, that's not bad. It's still pretty experienced, though. I mean, you have to know where they go, how to avoid any fire hazards and stuff like that. And I mean, if you were getting deep in that, so it's pretty cool. There's some of the stuff I have to read. So there's a wrench, block I, and D. Vault-Tec lunchbox, and let's see here. Now I'm gonna get 308 rounds, 16 10mm rounds, 207. I'm gonna buy these fusion cores and I'm gonna bring them over to my gas station. And shotgun shells, 34, and plus, okay, I'm gonna use oil can, Wonder Glue. What kind of insulation did you use? Is it like a greenhouse or whatever, or something like that, or is it just like a standard? Like, I guess I'm just curious, I guess. Stingwing, Super Mutants orders, toll schedule. I'm gonna keep both of those. Let's see, Mirelurk egg, Mirelurk meat, Bronco dog meat, fruit, flour. Oh, nice. Like the weird kind of like what is it? Shit. Is it like almost like a is it almost like a plaster you put in, or is it like just the regular roll sheets? Riot stag meat. I'm gonna sell some of this stuff. Yeah, I do that stuff too. Like, I mean, whenever I like my mind lingers sometimes, I'm gonna sell that, and let's sell the muzzled. Oh, cool. Okay. Thought y'all were doing something technologically advanced. I mean, it is technologically advanced, I think, with the pink stuff too. It's just there's also like so many different choices when it comes to that stuff. But also too, I think a lot of times when if it's kind of if they kind of whatchamacallit, if they use like the packed together recycled newspaper, sometimes it can go up in flames pretty easily. So this is stuff that just doesn't catch on fire, I guess. Tactical 45 pallet pipe pistol, pulse mine, plasma pistol, pipe pistol 2. Sell that. Hey man, you know what? You know, you can talk to me because I mean it's cool. Just realize if you have a job to do or if you have any sort of thing to go on. I mean, if you have someone to talk to, it's a lot easier and it's a lot easier to have a discussion. So just realize, man. I mean, like in order to be, I talk to YouTube sometimes. I don't even have anyone to talk to. So it's like I have anger issues sometimes, but it's like it's mostly because I feel as though I'm not getting my point across sometimes in certain situations, and I feel as though that I'm not being listened to. So it's like that's cool. I mean, if you want to see a therapist too, if you want to see a therapist, like seriously, like it doesn't make you crazy, it doesn't make you like look crazy or anything like that. It actually makes you look a little bit more conscious about your mental, or just get counseling or something like that. They have a bunch of counseling websites and a bunch of different other stuff like that that's really cool. So I mean I don't know about any of them, but I know that if you want to get one in your area, then it's a lot harder sometimes, but it's a lot easier if you want to talk to somebody on the websites that have counseling. Yeah, it hurts kidneys, I guess, like that sometimes, and it doesn't really hurt my liver very much, but it's pretty hardcore sometimes. Let's see, wait, I got phase 6, plasma cartridge, shotgun shell. My weapons. Let me get rid of this bottle cap mine. And alright, cool. So I got a bunch of bullets and fusion cores, and I'm okay. I think we need to find Valentine, so I'm gonna go back down to Park Avenue and find that Park Station or whatever, and go kill those mobsters. Dude, I mean, if you do, I had to stay 12 days in a place to get new meds. I was complaining that I was having side effects with one of my other medications, and I had to stay 12 days in a psychiatric facility in order for them to reset my meds and basically help me kind of readjust my my appetite in order to be able to accommodate those things, and it took me a while. So it's gonna take a while. It's like a real thing that people need to worry about sometimes. That, I mean, I realized that a lot of times whenever I was younger, I was inside myself a lot. You know, I was like I was not like communicating what needed to be communicated sometimes. I was just expecting people to know exactly what was going on. So I think it was what I was used to, I guess, when I was a young kid, is people would do things for me, and then and when initially I was kind of like Lexapro. I don't know. I don't exactly memorize, but I know there's like Cogentin. I've tried every single one across the board. So it's like I mean, you know, if you've been there, I've probably been there too. Like I tried let's see, I tried Ritalin at first. It was a generic of Ritalin because they thought I had ADD. Then I tried whatchamacallit, Yeah, it's like that's the reason why I'm practicing talking right now too. It's good to practice talking. If you're having trouble or something like that, it's good to practice like getting the point out, because it's a lot of times I would just expect people to know what was wrong in a situation or how it was wrong in a situation, and then I got this kind of like what's the word? It's like an appreciation of the professional and a disdain for people who were in a certain word unprofessional or lackluster, and I kind of started to like work towards like that whole thing, But then I started to get into football and things like that, because I thought that maybe working towards like what I saw in the comics, or how I saw things in the comics, like basically so that I'd be like big and strong, and I'd be able to like not like I'd just be more confident basically, and that's kind of the reason why I did that and ran track and a whole bunch of different stuff. But I had to stay hydrated in a whole bunch of different ways, and after I broke my leg, I had to just take more vitamins and do more stuff, or eat more food basically, and that basically bumped up my weight about 20 pounds. So. No, it's not exactly your fault, but I mean, it's more your fault than anyone else's. You know, realize that they're not saying that it's just your fault, or that you're like, oh my God, you should be more adept to talking to people. No, that's not what you need to be doing. But what you need to be doing is being able to be completely complacent with yourself, I think, because I spend time alone all the time, but I don't exactly. I get like these. Let's see, like what is it? Like whenever I get too alone or something like that, or when I'm just coming up with a story in my mind, basically to kind of like just pass the time. I realize that I come up with that story kind of quickly, and I also realize that that not only do I come up with that story very quickly, I dropped a bunch of stuff on here, so I was just picking it back up. I realized that I'm bored. Like it's just a sight of boredom. Like the anger itself could be brought on by boredom and lack of being able to have like opportunities to be able to have something to do to basically stop you from being bored, and that stops you from being angry because you're bored, basically. Like that's kind of like the reason why I the reason why I make these videos, because I'm bored and I really want to do something, and I want to practice at something and get good at something, and mostly RPGs. Yeah, it's like that's what I say is like a harsh kind of I gotta heal. Cram, and let's go with some Radex, and then Radex right away, and oh, I'm fucked. This is messed up. I don't wait. Freaking yeah, I'm messed up. I gotta go. Most of the time, I realized whenever I was actually doing something, or whenever I was actually like just kind of making stuff up, or trying to make stuff up, because I feel like you have to get into what those thoughts are, what those thoughts that you have kind of are pushed by the emotion or the thought pattern that kind of makes you angry or kind of makes you anything. And you realize, I realize that sometimes when I'm laying down in bed or something like that, or if I'm laying down in bed at all, I'll start to tense up, like really tense up, and I'm trying to, in my mind, create some sort of relaxing tonal discomfort or tonal comfort that will help me be able to realize the difference between my realistic thoughts and what I make up in my own mind, and that's, I'm schizoaffective, so that's basically like the whole thing there. I kind of want to realize that I'm okay, bayoneted sniper rifle. Here we go. Gonna murder these mobsters because they slighted me, and I must get Nick Valentine because all that other different stuff. And I think Piper's gonna come too. Hopefully, she'll probably just show up once I go into the door. But the most I realize is that I'm I am really smart. Like when you get angry or something like that, or when you get angry, it's probably because you feel as though it's your fault or someone else's fault that you're not feeling fulfilled. Basically, you felt fulfilled when you were younger because you were doing stuff or having things that you were controlling and stuff like that. Intermediate explosive disorder, so I just have random outbursts. Do you think it must be a form of Tourette's or something like that? Like it could be a form of Tourette's or something like that, or like is it just in extreme situations of stress, like, or is it just very small things that you burst out about, like? Maybe it's, I think within the whole concept of that, what is that? What the hell? It's a dude with a pint with a, it's just the traffic cone inside of him. That's hilarious. The most times I realized where I was stuck at some part in my life that I didn't want. Got him. Okay, now I have to level up and actually do this. I'm gonna do strength because I want to get more stuff. I think a lot of times I get whatchamacallit, I think what I get triggered by is slightings, I guess, like when someone knows what they're doing and how they're doing it, and when you kind of know exactly what they're doing, but it's like no one else is noticing, kind of. But then you realize, I guess, like that's what I had to realize, is people notice that kind of stuff when people or when other people are when you think that there's a twist of some kind in order, and let's wait, there we go. And he mutated. What a bitch. There's Piper.
Guess we scared him off.
Shut up, Piper. By the way, oh my gosh. It's 26, man. Alright, but yeah, I noticed that a lot of times whenever I get there we go. I get activated by people who are who I know are just kind of like, they're not, it's not that they're doing anything or that they're saying anything that's wrong. It's just like there's people out there that just like, I know what they're doing sometimes. I kind of like, I'm like hip to it. Well, maybe you need to get a new workforce, you know? I mean, like, if you're constantly told that you're not doing good or something like that, then maybe you need to get a new job site manager or people to work with. I've always found that most of the time I've realized that positive and negative reinforcement in most cases can get people. Yeah, that's probably. I mean, I guess I'd have to say that getting gratification from someone isn't the most I want. It's more the pay. If they're not paying me enough, basically, then I know for a fact that they're basically getting me for cheap, and they're getting me for getting me for less than I'm worth, and that's basically the reason that I get mad. So, and also, like, a whole bunch of things start to happen that are reminiscent of the reason why they think that they should be paying me less, because they think that they should be paying less because things happen in certain areas. Because I did security for a while, or at least hospitality for a while, and it wasn't my fault. Like, things just happened. People got angry, people were stupid, and people were dumb. They asked the dumbest questions. So a lot of times, I'd see people doing something, and I think that it was the whole situation, basically the whole. Damn it. I really should not have gotten hit. I didn't want to get hit. Instant mash, awesome. Iguana bites. Solitary state, yay. Got him. Alright, baseball, dirty gray suit. Awesome, I died again. Oh, man. But for the most part, I think that a lot of times, whenever I was actually doing something, or I was actually creating something, I felt the most at ease. And I realized that the more I started to create things, the more it started to seem like a job. But the more I started to realize that that stuff seeming like a job really didn't. It's always going to be a job, I guess. You know. And I think that's probably the thing that triggered me, I guess. It's not. It's just the job itself kind of telling me that that no, you're not enough. Basically, that like you're not going to be able to be this, and basically people telling me as well, and I'm not too keen on staying around when that happens. So I mean, so it's like, so that's basically it sometimes for me. Whenever someone decides to just like hunt after me and tell me that I'm not good enough, I usually don't want to prove them wrong. I want to prove them not right, but I don't want to give them the time to be able to prove them right. I kind of just want to get out of there and not like not like be the. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to stand up to people who do that. It's like, no, you're not supposed to hire anyone that does that. You know, like it's kind of like that. So, I mean, and if you feel as though your work is subpar, then I think what you're going to be looking for is validation that it's not, I guess, and maybe that's the problem, I guess, with maybe that's the problem. You're seeking validation from people who it's not their responsibility, I guess, to keep you up in arms. Because I used to do that sometimes, and I realized that my family, it's not their responsibility to keep me like in proper form or like or in it's not their responsibility to make sure that I'm he has no gun. I want to work at Domino's, another job boss. Purposely put me back in anxiety attack. Oh yeah, those are just douchebags. Those guys are just dumbasses, and most of them think that they're awesome because they did one thing and they thought that was really cool or something like that. But that's neither here nor there. You're not looking for those kind of people to be Wonder Glue. You're not looking for those kind of people if you're actually. I mean, if you're not looking for those kind of people, then you're looking basically to basically have a job that that's indistinct of Alright, God damn it. Fucking shitheads. Why can't I fucking jump? This is bullshit. Okay. Alright, that's just extremely insensitive. So, a lot of times people don't know, like, shot him in the dick. I died again. Awesome. He had an anxiety attack while at work and noticed they made fun of me for it. That's basically like, I've had anxiety attacks on stage when I was singing karaoke sometimes. Like, stupid anxiety attacks because it was brought on by me just feeling a little bit nervous when I was going up on stage, or like, and karaoke works, man. Like, if you like to sing at all or anything like that, do karaoke. Do karaoke. It'll get out those jitters and you'll feel a lot better. Like, that's what I do, and I recommend it most of the time, because if I can't talk to anyone or tell them that I'm going through something or something like that, then I kind of go for just the biggest kind of crowd that I can think of, and I belt out notes or something like that. And like, if you want to go up on karaoke, man, do it. Like, do karaoke. It's so much fun. And no matter how good or bad you do, it's like you feel like you've accomplished something because they cheer. It's like, it's great. They don't care if you do bad. They just want you to make them not have silence. So that's like what I've realized is pretty cool about some stuff. So I mean, it's like the social constructs can ease the stress of like 1,000 like heart attacks sometimes. Legendary dude mutated. I don't know, man. Something about it. Just if you can manage getting through the crowd, like, realize, man, it's just there's so much fun to be had sometimes if you are not the biggest crowd, but like there's like a bar that has karaoke night. That's not like a big crowd or something like that. Like, if there's this place I know that's called what's it called, man? There's a place called, I don't know. It's a bar out in the got him. All right, baseball bat. Let's get that. All right, he's gonna kill me. Awesome. All right, let's see if we can get into inventory. Fragmentation line. Got him. There he is. Yep, that died, and I forgot to reload again too. That's awesome. But dude, if you have, like, go to there's this bar I know that's called Igor's. Like, I like to go there, and it's not a big crowd. There's only a couple of people, and they're all nervous, so it's pretty cool. But I used to go there a lot, and now I don't anymore, because I kind of gave it up a little bit because I didn't want to go to too many bars. But there's daytime karaoke too at some places too, and there's also trivia night. If you're not too into crowds, there's like a smaller crowd that's available for you, and like there's a couple places I know of. So like, I mean, I don't want to exactly give out the names because I'm not in like, but like the Crown and Anchor, they have a place called the Crown and Anchor, and that place is pretty good. So there's not a lot of small bars. Okay, cool. then just invite some friends over. Like, if you have some friends that are like that you're cool with, like invite some friends, some guys, some girls, and then just rent a karaoke machine. Like, there's a lot to do sometimes, and when it looks like there's not a lot to do. Yeah, really. Like, if you have like a couple of friends or something like that, or if you don't have friends at all, or if you have any friends at all, just like go on Facebook or something like that, and then put an invite out. If nobody comes, you can just belt out and just it's really therapeutic. Like, singing for anyone, for your cat, for your dog, who cares? It doesn't really matter. It's not the fact that there's anyone out there. It's just the fact that you're singing or getting out all the frustrations inside of you. Because, I mean, in a lot of cases, sometimes it could be some sort of physical thing that's triggering an emotional thing, or an emotional thing that's going back to what's triggering a physical thing. Because I noticed that sometimes whenever when I was married, I was having sex a lot, and it was great when I was married. And now I'm separated, and now I realize that if I don't have a girlfriend, then I need to relieve myself. Okay, I realize that. So if you don't realize that you're doing something that you used to do, or you're not doing something that you used to do, basically that can be the thing that's triggering you. Like if you're realizing that you need a stress relief, if you realize that you need to relax every once in a while, or maybe even masturbate, or maybe even not masturbate, but relax or stretch, or do something that involves something that gets your mind off the fact that you're thinking about something like past relationships that have gone bad or anything like that. I've had to get out of that stuff. It might be, but understand that sex isn't gonna fix that problem. It's an emotional relationship, an emotional connection that's gonna fix that problem. You know, beginning with someone that you think is right for you, and realizing that rightness, or that thing that you feel, or that thing that you're believing in, isn't something that's going to one day come back at you, or one day feel like it was a mistake. You know. Like, realize that you need to get with somebody that likes the stuff that you like, and maybe has not just an emotional disorder, but maybe just a particular set of different things that person likes. Whether you're a dude looking for dudes, or a dude looking for chicks, or anything like that, or if you're whoever you're looking for, basically. I'm not judging. I'm not. So it's like, so just realize that, and maybe get some help. You know, like along the way, like. You don't have to get somebody to completely like analyze your entire brain schematics or anything like that. I mean, it would help, but you don't have to do that. Well, that's the point, is when you're not around each other all the time and you're sharing things with each other and stuff like that, like germs and like stuff like that, showering, stuff like that. People who are good family sometimes are never good roommates. So, like, that's the truth. Like, I live a mile away from my mom's house, and I'm way happier. Like, so it's like a mile or two, something like that. I live like a mile or two away from my mom's house, and I'm so much happier. Because my mom used to get on my case all the time about saving money, and now that I'm actually away from her, I actually can save money, because I'm not actually doing anything. Like, I'm actually, like, just playing video games, doing different projects. I got this new ottoman that I'm going to work on, and I'm probably going to paint it at some point, but yeah, get some sort of project that people aren't expecting you to get into. Try something a little bit better, because you'll realize that being creative can get you out of not just your comfort zone, but out of your funk, or out of your anger, or out of that thing that you were thinking about that made you like burst into anger at the first place. So realize that, and then also I'm gonna try to see if I can kill these people. Ghoul Slayer's hunting rifle. I'm gonna see if I can work this out. Whoa, guys, whoa. All right. I'm gonna see if I can kill these guys, but it's like I'm hard pressed to not be able to because realize there are so many different other things. There's so many other channels that you can actually use to create that distance from what you're creating in your own mind sometimes. And even realizing that like situations are out of your control, and understanding that the situation, just because it's out of your control, doesn't mean you have to get angry about it. You'll start to come to terms with those sorts of things once you take your mind off the objective and realize it's not a destination to get to feel anger or to feel anything like that. It's a journey that makes you feel like you're kind of at one with yourself, and realizing that like it's not like any sort of spiritual thing or anything like that. It's just the silence of being able to realize that it all makes sense somehow, or something like that, I guess. Like it all, like the universe has rules basically, and it's like it's something you can't get mad about. So it's like, yeah, basically that's all you need to do. Just get a day or two or something like that, and if you're working on something constructive, it's always better, because if you realize that you shouldn't be mad or angry about something that's just out of your control sometimes. And I think that's where I'm going to end it right now, but I'm going to save it. So It was cool talking to you, Michael Dobbs, and I think that a lot of times, if you realize that you have something to do, or you have something to go to, or you have your mind to be able to go somewhere, to like just realize that you can think about things that you enjoy sometimes, and just get rid of that, whatever that anger is trying to propel you in a direction that you don't want to go. Or if you're going with it, then find something that just makes you feel good, you know? Like, then something positive that makes you feel that like there's not a lot of fucked upness in your world, basically, you know. And put things in perspective too, because there's a lot of different people out there that are just going through like different kinds of like personas to be able to fix whatever problem they feel as though they have, and they're not realizing that it's within that persona that they're putting themselves through more anguish than they could be if they were just relaxing and enjoying the day. So have a good day, and you are your own one-person bomb squad. Be yourself, and things will work and fall into place. I know this for a fact. Even when I get worked up about things, or even when I do things that I wouldn't normally do, or say things that I wouldn't normally say, I know that eventually I can realize my goals, I guess, more if I just put things in perspective, and sometimes just do a drawing or do what I want from a hobby. I've been doing this since I was 5 years old, so it's like, it's very therapeutic for me. So have a good day, and be yourself. Thank you, man. And thank you, Michael Dobbs, for sticking around and having a conversation with me. That's exactly what I like to see on this, because I mean, it'll make more people want to get into the conversation. And I guess like and subscribe, because I mean, I don't really care, but well, most of the time I'm actually ever going to do with this is probably do it for charity, or do something for charity with this. So if you want to talk, then we can have a talk. But more than that, I'm probably just going to be doing art. So have a good day.